Hey, what's up guys? So in case you didn't know, Sony had their big PlayStation E3 conference last night and they showed off a shit ton of really awesome games. And one of the games that they showed off, which was the last game that they showed off, was Spider-Man. And that's actually what the game is called. It's called Spider-Man. You know, there's not like Marvel Spider-Man or Insomniac Spider-Man. It's literally just Spider-Man. So I basically just wanted to give you guys a quick gameplay breakdown of what we got last night. Pretty much talking about like the mechanics, the overall look of the game, and how it compares to the previous versions. So right here, I have to slow down the whole video so you guys can digest what's happening. Here's a good look at New York City running on the PS4 Pro on the same engine that Ratchet & Clank ran on. So you can see all the amazing detail that they have on all the buildings, and it just looks absolutely beautiful. And right there we have Spider-Man just making an epic landing, and his suit just looks absolutely badass. It kind of grows on you like after a while. At first I didn't like that suit, but after a while it just grows on me. So I really like that suit now, and it just looks absolutely amazing. I'm guessing this takes place kind of earlier on in the game. Again, a really epic shot of the costume.
I'm here. What do you see?
All the little detail that they added with like the reflections and the debris and all the small minute details are just amazing. And here we finally jump into the gameplay.
I got this.
So right off the bat, I want to say that the user interface is kind of iffy for my taste. It doesn't look as what I thought it would for the game. It doesn't really match the aesthetic, but I'm not really gonna judge a game based off its UI. So let's see how the gameplay works. So you can see that they're going for a Predator mode type of thing, the same things that the Batman Arkham games go for. And then that's kind of like the inverted takedown. Kind of, sort of, not really. And then that right there, that I think is going to be some kind of like upgrade that you get later on in the game with whatever like currency system that they have, or like you level up or whatever. I definitely like the way that he moves in Predator mode, how he just like swings across. And there's that really sick environmental takedown. That is sick. He just completely just jumps on the guy. Similar to like the glide attacks from the Arkham games. I'm going to be comparing this to the Arkham games a lot and showing you, what works, what doesn't, what's similar and what's different. Another sick shot of the suit. That's one thing that I think the previous Spider-Man games were really missing or weren't doing correctly, is the quick time events. Just little stuff like that. I'm just an absolute sucker for quick time events, so they really pull that off. But you'll see later on what they do with it. Here's our first look at the actual combat, and it looks absolutely amazing. Reminds me a little bit of the Amazing Spider-Man 2's combat, but like 1,000 times better. Just love the way he moves. It's super fluid, and it's just really quick, really smooth. And that thing on the top right that you see, I'm guessing that's the combo meter. And I'm curious to see what happens when it fills up completely. Maybe you can do like some kind of super move. And this right here just is like some kind of special takedown. And then you can, looks like you can throw environmental objects around as well. And you can do finishers, basically the same thing as special moves. And this right here, I'm curious how that works with the whole, I think he I absolutely love the look of this game. You know, it's super high res, and if you guys don't know, this is actually running on the PS4 Pro in 4K resolution. So it's gonna look absolutely amazing when it finally comes out.
Wait, the demons. Who's their leader?
I'm curious as to how the story is going to be in this game, because right off of this one cutscene, it looks like Fisk is in prison and Spider-Man and Wilson Fisk are teaming up together to take down this gang that, in case you didn't know, this gang works for a villain named Mr. Negative. I don't know a whole lot about him. I actually didn't know that villain existed until last year's E3 trailer. I had to look all of that up, but he's one of the villains. He's not like a major villain, but he does play an important part in Spider-Man's story. Another look at the gameplay. I absolutely love that like dodging mechanic, how it just interacts with Spider Sense, and I'm not sure what that thing under the health bar is yet. I'm guessing that's like, I'm guessing that's something to do with like your web shooters maybe. And here we get a look at our first mini boss battle. Man, those visual effects just look so sick.
Hey, big guy.
Yeah, so the meter under the health bar looks to be some kind of like meter that's attached to like how you use your webs, I guess. That's what I'm guessing it's off of. The game looks pretty balanced in my opinion too, with
That's actually really cool.
how much damage you can take from like enemies and bosses. That is sick. I love how you can just like do finishers on like every kind of enemy, even like a mini boss.
Fisk, your men are safe.
But yeah, this definitely has a really strong Arkham feel to it. Not on like the darker tone like the Arkham games are, but a much lighter tone. And I think it's very appropriate for this kind of game. For this kind of character, I should say.
Here?
I just can't get over the fact that like how the movement is in this game. You know, it's just every time Spider-Man moves, it's just like it's super fluid, it's super quick, super smooth. It doesn't feel choppy at all. It looks so nice. You know, just playing this game just for the sake of just moving around as a character, it just seems so entertaining to me. I know that seems like really simple and shit, but the cutscenes are absolutely beautiful in this game. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, if you guys remember that thing he did in the beginning of the video, in the Predator part of the video, where he like stuck that thing onto the wall, and then when that guy walked by, the web shooter upgrade thing kind of just like grabbed him and it just like pulled him back. Since I said it's like an upgrade, I'm guessing, I wonder if it's like Wayne Tech, where, I mean obviously, you know, there's no like Peter Parker tech or whatever, but since he's working with Wilson Fisk, what if he's like Fisk Enterprises is like helping Spider-Man get all these upgrades, and they're kind of like helping each other. I think that would be cool, that it's something similar to Wayne Tech. Also, I mean, in terms of story, like this game is just like I can already tell it's gonna have an amazing story, just because first off, it's not based off a movie. It's like its own original story, and then it just has like a really good vibe coming from it from the story. And right here we get our next big quick time event. This one is super fun. I can't wait to actually play through this. This looks so fun to do. You have to like time your button pressing exactly right when that circle fills up. And then right here we get our first look at the web swinging mechanics in the game. And it looks absolutely great, you know, just
That just happened.
the movement, it doesn't seem like choppy, it doesn't seem like bad quality, it seems natural the way he moves. Not just like for like moving normally, but like web swinging, it just seems so natural. Just look at all that.
Complicated. Turns out Martin
You can
Lee
swing
is
like
running
pretty
the demons.
far ahead with just a single strand.
Like I said, complicated. Sit tight, Yuri. I got this.
I'm curious as to how much you can actually interact with the environment though, like how that's like destroying stuff. I wonder if it's like, I know this is part of the story, but even in like side missions where maybe you go through like a building and then you destroy that building and it stays destroyed for like the rest of the game or something like that. I think that'd be cool.
I know.
Just all the little detail on the buildings and the use of lighting and shadow is just absolutely phenomenal. It just all works so well. It just looks absolutely amazing. Definitely getting a strong like Spider-Man 2 vibe from this, along with like a really small hint of like the Ultimate Spider-Man games, just a little bit, not a lot. We're more towards the Spider-Man 2 game. I absolutely love that little detail, how he has like his like facial expressions when he's like surprised, angry, or like really focused on something. Just little details like that, they just work so well. None of the other Spider-Man games really focused on that, in this kind of manner anyways. So all the little details that they've added in this just work so well. Again, the level of movement is just crazy, how it just automatically like flips and vaults over all this stuff.
Hi. Is this the flight to Newark?
Also, in case you guys didn't know, this game is supposed to come out sometime in 2018. Insomniac did confirm that at the end of this video. Just wanted to put that out there now because the video is going to be over by that time. Honestly, I'm kind of bummed that it's coming out in 2018, and the fact that they didn't give us like a time frame either. It's just 2018. You know, I was hoping they'd say something like holiday 2017 or like spring 2018 or early 2018, something like that. You know, but they just said 2018. But at the same time, you know, I respect their decision in doing that, because I can definitely see that they put blood, sweat, and tears into making this game. It's definitely a lot of work that shows, and I would personally be fine waiting that extra 8-9 months or however long it may be.
Plan real fast.
And you can definitely tell that Insomniac really loves this character, and they're really going for their own unique approach, and they're really focusing on specific characteristics of the Spider-Man character, and it really shows too. And I absolutely love that. You know, there's things that were really missing from the previous Spider-Man games that this game already in just 8 minutes was able to accomplish. And that's a big achievement just from an E3 demo. On a side note, I'm also curious how much of New York you can actually explore. I know you can do like the whole city, but I wonder if you can actually go to like the Statue of Liberty and other places outside of the actual city. Also, in case you guys didn't know, the voice actor that voices Spider-Man in this is actually the same guy who voiced Sasuke Uchiha in Naruto, in case you didn't know that. I think he did a pretty good job so far. Also, last thing I want to touch on is yeah, the game's actually literally just called Spider-Man, which is perfectly fine. I don't really have a problem with that. Kind of wish we got like an actual official time frame, but that's perfectly fine. And there's one last teaser at the very end. This right here.
It's over. Come on, dude, let's go.
So this is Miles Morales, and I'm really curious to see how he plays into the story, and how if we're actually gonna have like two different Spider-Men, just, you know, we see both sides of their story and whatnot. But that's all I've got for you guys. Just a quick gameplay breakdown of Spider-Man PS4, as that's how I'm gonna call it from now. It's just Spider-Man PS4. Let me know what you guys think about this. Are you hyped for this game at all? Are you bummed it didn't meet up to your expectations? Are you do you have like mixed feelings? What are you thinking about this? Let me know in the comments down below. I'll get back to you as soon as possible if you have any questions. And if you're new, hit that subscribe button to see more content like this. I'll see you guys next time.